Virgo, welcome. Happy 2023. How about that? Amazing. This is a reading reflecting on the new moons in Sagittarius and then in Capricorn, which we are in now. New moons in Sag denote setting goals, expanding targets, aiming. And in Capricorn, we are now more readily taking those actions towards those aims. Although readings are timeless, if you are here, there's probably in it for you. Something in it for you. Let's open with the Ho'oponopono prayer. Some keywords. I love you for who you are. I'm sorry for the painful memories we may share with each other. Please forgive me if I, my relatives or ancestors have offended you, your relatives or ancestors. Thank you for uniting my path with yours in our contribution to the healing of this earth. Let's get some general energies. For your reading, Virgo. Page of Swords. No, actually, Page of Pentacles. Learning, willingness to learn, a readiness to learn, a taking on a learning endeavor. Ace of Pentacles as well, an opportunity being presented. Eight of Swords, a experience of being restricted. It's usually, the restriction usually happens in your mind. It's an idea. It's a mental perception or construct that we are restricted, that our opportunities are restricted. Limited. Or perhaps there's an understanding of this idea that we hold in our mind. King of Cups. Let me see if I can change this light here. The King of Cups feels very deeply. Yeah? Deep waters here. He is the king that perhaps expresses to the outer world the least, I think. Because he is so sensitive, he's very careful about expressing what he feels. He is very feeling nonetheless. Five of Swords, inner conflict or outer conflict. Actually, the Five of Swords also talks greatly about a deception. It's trying to win at all costs. It's, you see here, the facing back and the facing forward, right? And she's holding up, not revealing her face completely. So there's a deceptiveness. There's a showing of a rose or perhaps a pretty face. So that we can get whatever it is that we want at any cost. But the cost is huge. Is huge because it takes, you know, like being all broken. And there's not even like a heart in here anymore. And there is a fence. So it's just not a pretty place to be. There's perhaps so much deceiving being used on the outside to manipulate outcomes or opportunities, that the deception really is internalized and it really backfires. It's ourselves that we are deceiving. So there's mind activity here, there's mind activity here. Okay, a candle went out. And perhaps you are missing out on this opportunity, this golden opportunity just came to me. Like the coins are golden, they can be. And then although there are good intentions, I don't know if something perhaps needs to be healed here so that you can, so that we can even seize the opportunity that is available to us. The King of Wands. So we have a rose, we have a sunflower. The Queen of Wands represents strength. The King of Wands represents expression. So I see these two facing each other with the holding up the flower. That's interesting. So there is strength here. And then we see this really a shadow of a person. What's that expression? A shadow of a person, or, you know, a shallow, a hollow person. Looking back at the King of Cups. So there is perhaps a strength when it comes to the mind, using the ego. But there is a weakness here when it comes to the understanding or the willingness to learn about what we're feeling. about why we feel the way we feel. So, there's some calling for healing. Perhaps taking yourself stepping back, taking rest time from whatever it is that you're trying to manipulate, from this duality which is created really in the struggle between, the heart and our strength, which is being undermined by our mind, by our constructs. So there's a surrendering needed, or perhaps taking place already. We'll see. And a need to, look up and commune with the universe, God, your angels. We see feathers here, guiding stars. The moon also talks about emotion. Perhaps, yes, do go and feel. Do you feel like this hollowed out, broken, this brokenness? The King of Cups is ruled by water. Water flows. And this character here is so dried up. This one here. So much so that he is cracking. She's like just ready to disintegrate. And perhaps it is that disintegration, that feeling like your heart has been ripped out. You don't even connect to your heart anymore. You don't even feel it anymore. And so there is a need to go ahead and lie on your emotions. King of Cups ruled by the moon. Go ahead and become one with them and surrender. Just let go of trying to manipulate or control anything. I'm going to put this back in because it wasn't. Okay, here we go. There is a promise of becoming genuinely strong, So I think there's a contrast here on purpose. Because one thing is to feel strong in your ego. and try to control people, outcomes, opportunities for them to go your way. And the other thing is to be genuinely strong because, you know, you have been through the thin and thick of it. And you have grown so much. It's like that flower. Remember that flower that pushes through, that image of the flower that pushes through the cement, the concrete. You know, that's how strong we really are. But it's by surrendering. That's where the strength is found. The only control we have is to have control over what we can control. Which usually involves only ourselves. And even then, you know, I had a friend who just died the other day, and may he rest in peace. He just had a fulminating heart attack, and he had just had an all-around, all-encompassing checkup, and he was fine, according to what I've been informed. And he exercised every day. And he had an instant heart attack and fell forward. He didn't even hold himself, stop his fall, because he was already dead by the time he hit the floor. So we don't even have control over how we're going to, you know, leave our physical bodies, for example. Let alone controlling things at any cost. That's how that leaves us. I think I've already said plenty about that. So the Queen of Wands is that potential, that opportunity. I mean, she's right there, you know, for us to be strong. Wow, here's the King of Cups again. And Judgment. Eight of Cups. So there's an opportunity, yes, opportunity to really be strong. But this is reiterated here. It's not through your mind. It's not really through your actions, because here we have an opportunity to act, yes, and fertile soil. But it can be useless if it's ill-dignified like this. If we're coming from a place of, okay, we're already restricted, and this is already doomed and damned. So there is a great emphasis here to feel, to express what you feel. And that can be outwardly, and that can be to yourself. Be kingly in the sense of being authentic. Be authentic about your feelings. And yes, here we have the Eight of Pentacles again, with the Page of Pentacles again, with the Ace of Pentacles again. So there's an opportunity to work on that. Of course, you know, sounds contradictory, you know, feel and work. But, you know, work towards the understanding, the learning that this can take place. It's a judgment call. You can make this judgment call and choose the higher expressions that are already making themselves available to you for you to see. And start feeling so that you can leave that sadness behind. So you can leave the stuff that's no longer working in your favor behind, so that there is a new dawn for you. Make that call. Sounds like a tough love kind of reading, Virgos. I feel you. I do, because I'm very closely connected to the Virgo in me. Let's close with the Serenity Prayer, which is very appropriate, I feel. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.